The governance modernization process is very important to the growth and development of the game here in Ontario and across Canada. Our governance modernization process started back in December of 2013. And over the last 2.5 years, the Board of Directors of the OSA has been working diligently through workshops and board meetings to look at a new model going forward. Our existing model of 21 districts and 7 executive members was created back in 1985. We had a budget of $1 million. We had 6 or 7 full-time staff members. And as such, a tremendous amount of work was done by the Board of Directors at that time. Well, over the last 20 plus years, we've certainly moved to a new, different environment. The game of soccer has become more professionalized, both at the club, district, and the provincial level. We have moved to a staff of 36 very knowledgeable people with great skill sets, but the board structure hasn't changed. So there needs to be some reform, some modernization going forward, whereby we shrink the board, have operations dealt with by staff, and at the same time have the important issues of finance, risk management, policy, governance issues dealt with by the board of directors. So we are moving in a very positive direction, and I'm hopeful that over the next 2 years we'll complete the process and have a new structure here in the province of Ontario. Currently, the district representative wears 2 hats. They wear their district hat and they wear their provincial hat. And at times it creates areas or issues of conflict. We need to find a place where the districts can still have an integral and a very important engaged part of decision-making at the OSA, but at the same time be able to look at those or look after those district issues that are very, very important to them. Similar to what the CSA currently has developed, district representatives can advise the board on specific issues related to their district needs, district concerns, district capacities, etc. When it comes to annual general meetings, there'll be an opportunity for them to still have their voice and their say on how the game needs to be operated or run. We want corporate leaders on the skill set board going forward. The game has been built on the backbone of mom and dad contributing through membership fees, and we need to move away from that model. As such, with hopefully gaining skill set board members who are involved in corporations, we'll get that corporate investment, and we'll have legal expertise, we'll have financial expertise, we'll have risk management expertise, and they'll be able to raise the bar and have that knowledge around the table so that good decision making gets taken, and it's not an emotional decision at the end of the day. So in this process we're going through, we're looking at flattening the voting structure to give the smaller districts more of an opportunity to have a vote in change. The voting structure has been based on money, so the more money you contribute to the association from your district level, the more votes you get. And as such, our smaller districts feel devalued. In the new model, the annual general meetings will still be the voice and the control of the members, the districts. That new voting structure and that new structure will obviously assist them in making decisions, but more importantly, feel valued in the process. In my 4-year term as chairman of the Members Forum, we have really worked hard on integrating the territories and the provinces together. And what's really taking place at the Members Forum is the issue of best practice amongst the territories and provinces. It's phenomenal when you can sit down at the table with your fellow provinces and fellow territories and really share information that's of concern, share best practices whereby we're not duplicating effort going forward. I see the district model working the same way, a chance for our northern districts to get together, a chance for our east and western districts to get together as a collective and really sit down and talk about the game from their perspective and the challenges that they're facing. More importantly, the opportunities that we have going forward to really raise the bar and move it forward in a longer term. Well, I think you're seeing the change now. We have our national team, our women's national team, our youth teams have done quite well. Certainly from a perspective of policy board to a operations type responsibility for staff. It has given staff the ability, I don't want to use the word freedom because it's not about freedom, but it's more about flexibility going forward to make the decisions that need to be made. There's no duplication of effort, no overlap of whose role and responsibility it is. It's not about pushing a new model through. It's about phasing it in over a period of time so that everybody knows what their role and responsibility is at the end of the day, and that all the decisions that are being made are made for the athlete, for the athlete and the coach and the match official environment. There will be a new governance model. It'll separate policy, strategic planning from day-to-day operations. There'll be very distinct, defined roles for each of the groups involved. The district associations will be able to, in the members' forum, place more focus on their groups, on their clubs. At the OSA provincial level, there are skilled strategic people who are guiding, I'll use the word ship, in the direction that it needs to move forward. It will allow us at the same time to align with our national body. Currently, our national body has requested that all provinces and all territories take part in governance modernization and a new structure. But it'll really allow us at that time to be a unified game across Canada, which is critical to the growth and development of the game. It's very important that the province of Ontario lead the governance modernization process across Canada. To be the sport of choice in Ontario, we need to learn from the past, but at the same time we need to move to new areas of opportunities and development. It's very important to me that we're sensitive to the needs of everyone involved in the process and that we respect everyone who has set a great legacy. But the time now is for change. The time is to move to a smaller board, move to a more skill set board, and then from that develop all the processes and linkages that are required so that our game really moves forward in Canada. We need to stay on this path. People need to have trust and confidence in each other, and we really need to listen to hear what's being said. So at the end of the day, all the issues that we've talked about here today are respected, but more importantly, they're taken to a new level.